So, how do we evolve as an artist? Well, I think for all of my bodies of work, I can probably trace back a specific moment in time that sparked an idea that led me to produce that body of work. With the current stuff that I'm working on, the segmental series, this is something that comes as clear as day. As clear as day for me. Back in 2014, a buddy of mine needed an image of a rooster. I mean, this is how these things happen. He needed an image of a rooster that was going to get digitized and then used on a flyer. And I didn't want to just go online and grab a rooster. So I was doing some research online and I found a painting by Picasso of a rooster. And it was kind of loose and stuff, so I was like, okay, let me take this painting, I'm gonna emulate this just for this digitized poster piece. Wasn't meant to be any part of a body of work or anything like that. So I do this painting, and at the time, I wasn't really using any mark making materials. I was using a lot of spray paint, a lot of oil paint with brushes. But this painting required some mark making. My younger brother had left some black jumbo oil bars in the studio. I swear, these things sat around for a decade. And then when I was doing this painting, I was like, let me grab the oil bar. Now, when I put the oil bar to that canvas, this sounds corny, but something cathartic happened. It brought me back to art school and charcoal and the mark making of charcoal and the markers and the mean streak of my youth. Something happened that put me on the journey to emulate Picasso paintings. So I went through a decade of emulating Picasso paintings, and what I was seeing was, in the areas and the intersections of some of the drawings, there were patterns being applied. And it was more in a representational form. So I was in a restaurant, and I looked at a painting on the wall, and there were some scribbly forms, and the intersections of these forms, the artist had put a color, a solid color in them. I was like, that's a cool idea, because the forms reminded me of graffiti bubble letters. So I was like, what if I were to overlap graffiti bubble letters, and then in those intersections, do some type of pattern? Now, you see, I was fine doing the Picassos, but when I got 10 years or so into emulating the Picassos, I was like, there is something more here than meets the eye.